Till now, we were discussing about transportation services and we used to discuss what is exempt and what is taxable. There are some small topics left in this particular group. Let us discuss in this one class itself. The first one is service by way of access to road. So what are they trying to tell here? Normally, roads are built by the contractors, the private contractors. Now they incur some expenditure. Now they want to collect that money back. Now they want some income. So how they will collect money back? The first popular source is through toll charges. So they will put up toll gate and collect toll charges from the customers or the travelers. Now this toll charge is exempt from GST. So that is a very simple point. Whenever you pay a toll charge, why are you paying a toll charge? So that you can have an access to the road. So now you are paying toll charge and on that toll charge there is no GST. So that is the first simple exemption. Apart from toll charges, NHAI, that is National Highway Authority of India, every year pays a fixed sum of money. It pays a fixed sum of money to these contractors. So this fixed sum of money is called as annuity. So when NHAI pays annuity to these contractors, on this annuity also there is no GST. That means even annuity amount is exempted from GST. If you see in your study material, you won't find this annuity point because this is a recent amendment and this is applicable for your examination. Now let us talk about the next exemption. It is with regards to giving vehicle on hire. Giving vehicle on hire, and there are 2 points here. The first point is, if I am giving my vehicle on hire to a state transport undertaking, it is exempt. Say I have my bus, I have a bus and I rented this bus, I hired this bus to a state transport undertaking, that is for example BMTC. Now I am renting my motor vehicle to a state transport agency, state transport undertaking. Now whatever hire they pay me, on that there is no GST. So that was the first simple point. The second point is, if I am giving my motor vehicle to a GTA, that is goods transport agency, then whatever hire GTA is paying to me, even on that amount there is no GST. That means even this is exempt. So what are the two things they are exempt? If I am giving a vehicle to a state transport undertaking, that is exempt from GST. If I am giving my motor vehicle to a GTA, even that is exempt from GST. Now let us come to the last exemption. Last exemption with regards to transportation. Here they are talking about religious pilgrimage. So here they are only talking about religious pilgrimage. Now only two religious pilgrimage are covered here. The first one is Manasarovar Yatra, that is Kailash Manasarovar Yatra, and the second one is Hajj Yatra. So only two religious pilgrimage which are covered under this. Now they are saying, if a private tourism agency, if a private travel agency is providing this pilgrimage service, it is not exempt. To be exempt, these two travels should be provided by a specified organization. Only if this specified organization provides these two travels, it is exempt. So now comes the question, who are this specified organization? For Kailash Manasarovar Yatra, Kumavan Mandal is the specified organization, and for the Hajj Yatra, Hajj Committee is the specified organization. So only if these two organizations provides these religious pilgrimage services, then it is exempt from GST. Now, if in examination they ask you that popular travel agency, there is a travel agency named as Popular Travel Agency who organized Hajj Yatra, is it exempt from GST? It is not exempt from GST. Why? Because this travel agency, that is Popular Travel Agency, is not a specified organization. So I hope you are clear with all the points.